This is still iBrand Daybreak, and it's time to talk money on the show, talking about our money motivation segment. Now, renewable energy is derived from resources that can be renewed naturally through time or on human's time scale. It includes energy sources like solar radiation and rain, wind, waves, tides, and geothermal heat. Some renewable energy sources are not sustainable while some are. Now, joining us to discuss this is TEMITOPE Awoluga, a renewable energy expert and also a home automation expert, who joins us to discuss this. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning and
Yes,
welcome to the show.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Oh, you look amazing, by the way.
Right.
Apparently.
Okay.
Okay, so renewable energy and the way it's been deployed to various sectors of our polity. Home automation, what does it entail for the average person watching that does not understand?
Okay. Home automation is just something to make your life easier.
Okay.
When you are in a building, it should not just be about you doing everything yourself. And home is supposed to be a place of rest.
Okay.
So imagine I wake up in the morning, my alarm system will wake me, my window open, my light goes on, my coffee maker starts working. I just stand up, take my bread, eat. I go into the shower, my water heater starts boiling on itself. I go inside, I shower, I come out. Something else, a robot comes, clean my clothes, do like this, wear, and you're good.
All of those things feel like what we used to watch in the cartoon, all of those days.
It's not just cartoon.
It feels like a lazy home, you know, you just everything being done for you. But then how possible, no, not even how possible, because I understand that tech has taken over the world already now.
Yes,
but what's it like? Is it, of course, it should be finance consuming. You have to put in a lot of money in having that thing. So basically, what's the cost like?
Yes, it depends. That's why we brought it so low to inverter. When you're talking about home automation, it has to work with an internet, steady internet, which it's also limited to light, electricity.
I was coming to that, we're in Nigeria.
Yes.
So, okay.
So that's where we brought it to the low earners. Okay, let's do inverter for you. Let's start with that. Start having at least constant light in your house. Then you can upgrade.
Okay.
Of course, we have sunlight, which is too much. But our NEPA, our PHCN has always been failing us. Our government, we don't want to start saying that on air here. But we need to understand that, yes, we are in a generation where power, electricity is very important.
Okay, sorry to butt in. Just before we'll dwell definitely more on inverter. You said that for the low earners, income earners. But I'm looking at solar panel as well. It's all about renewable energy sources and diverting from fossil fuels and what have you. Solar panels, can that also be used for home automation?
Yeah, sure. Your street lights. I have a street light in my house now.
Okay.
It has motion sensors.
Okay.
Once you pass, it comes on. Once you go, it goes off.
Okay.
One is saving the battery. One is saving my electricity. So let's start from as little as that.
As that. Okay.
Yes. My home automation, my automated home now, my smart home. Once I step out, everything goes off. It's not that I forgot to on my iron, I forgot to on this light and all that. Even my prepaid meter, I'm consuming it, I'm managing. So let's start from that.
All right, now just tell us more about this inverter thing you talked about.
Yes, so basically, Nigerian electricity is a mess. Petrol is a mess. We have fuel in our country, but we can't get it easily. So that's why even countries like China now are trying to switch to an electric or an hybrid cars. So we as a Nigerian, we have sun. So why can't I just put solar panel on top of my house and generate my own electricity? If possible, sell back to the grid. Instead of me buying from the grid, I sell back. We can even keep and sell to outside country. But before we go there, you can start as well as, okay, buy an inverter, buy a battery. Once NEPA brings light, I save the electricity. Once NEPA take off, I use it just for myself. You can start from there. Then later, you buy solar panel. That even when there is no electricity at all, yes, I can generate my own electricity and service my apartment. So with that, I don't need to go and queue at the filling station to buy fuel.
And generators.
Yes, I don't need to service my generator. And remember, combustion fuel is bad for the environment. So that alone is something we need to start thinking about.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's look at that of inverter now in trying to make the home smart in that sense. The first, what would be the cost of an inverter that would be able to carry out basic smart functions in the house?
Yes. So once you come to me, like talk I want an inverter. First question I ask you, what's the kind of apartment? Are you staying in the face me or face you? It's self-contained, 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, a duplex, how many rooms? So with that, can I able to calculate the number of lights you have.
Okay.
Then the kind of device you have in your apartment. Do you have washing machine? Do you want to carry iron? Do you have fridge?
Okay.
So that is what I'll be able to calculate the amount of kVA you need for that your apartment. Then so the kVA would also determine what kind of volts that you need. What I mean by volt is kind of batteries, because each battery has 12 volts. So you need to add it up so that it can work with it. Even battery has different types. Yes, we have the normal dry cell battery. We have the wet cell battery, that's the tubular battery. Now we have even lithium battery. What you can find is your normal Tesla. They're very small and very, very good, but expensive, you know.
Okay. So on the average, what will be the average? Let's just take a decent, maybe a 2-bedroom, flat, for example.
Yes, a 2-bedroom flat. We have a package now we're running for them. Just 580,000 there.
Okay, that's roughly 600,000 there.
Yeah.
To make the home smart.
Not to make the home smart.
Just to get the
inverter. Yes, no solar yet.
No solar yet.
Okay.
So once you have like 4 to 6 hours electricity, the battery is charged. So with that, you can still do like 12 hours.
Okay.
Depending on how you manage it to.
With the air conditions on and iron and all of that
no,
stuff.
no, not
Okay, no, and that's why we're trying to know. With just the bulbs.
Yes, bulbs, TV,
fan,
washing machine,
okay,
microwave.
Oh, okay.
Basic
stuff.
Basic appliances at home.
Yes.
Okay, so that's if about 600,000 is for just the inverters.
Yes.
The process of making the home smart, other functions, you talked about regular internet access as a result, and all of that.
Internet access is no problem.
With the cost of data in Nigeria, which some people...
And also fluctuating internet networks.
I don't want to start advertising internet networks.
No, I understand. No, we're not advertising. We're just saying, we're speaking on the basis of our realities. Okay. We know quite well that we have, fluctuating internet services and how... we have connectivity issues and all of that. So what I'm saying is, if we need a home to be smart, and for a home to be smart, it needs a constant and regular, a reliable internet connection.
Yes. Okay, this is the difference.
Okay.
Once you are in your home, you don't need an internet.
Okay.
You need a modem, though. That's a router that serves Wi-Fi.
Okay.
You don't need an internet.
Okay.
But once you are outside, that you can connect to the router, that's when you need an internet.
Okay.
So that's the difference. So once I'm still in my home, I can still use my router to access everything, even if I'm offline.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
Okay, but I'm more interested in the cost of this. But if you mentioned just to have the basic home appliances, you need about roughly 600,000 there. I want to make my home smart, for instance. What does it entail to do that?
Okay, you want to make your home smart. Let's start with cotton.
So that means sorry to God. If for instance I already stay in a 2-bedroom apartment and I need to make home smart and my curtains I've already gotten before then they're not smart, I have to start buying.
No, that's not even an issue. Not the curtain itself. We have rail. We have automated rail. So we just attach your curtain to it. It was before then you have to buy everything completely. Okay. But now just rail. So we attach your curtain to it. So what you can see, the curtain opens. You can just depends on kind of functions that will fix on it. Then your budget too depends on the kind of function that is going to work with it. Or with your phone, you can just do everything on your phone. Or you use the Alexa or Siri, anyone comfortable for. Alexa, window 1, open. Boom. Alexa, what's the time in China? Alexa, even smart home will make your children learn very fast. Every time I have my niece over, they'll be like, Alexa, who is the country, who is the president of, if they ask themselves anything and they don't remember, they just go to my Alexa. Alexa, who is the president of America? What is his age? Everything there is, Alexa is working with Google, so we just ask him any question. It's going to answer you.
This sounds really, really nice. But another thing I'm trying to consider is the kind of nation we live in. I don't know the possibilities. You already mentioned you have something like that, but then electricity sorted, internet. Sometimes we really cannot trust these things so much, just so it doesn't fail us.
Of course, we live in the kind of country
which is not important.
Yes, which is yes. Normally, we are supposed to have
constant on all of these things. Constant.
Internet should be very, very good. But even our so-called giant of the internet I am using now, they've been fumbling for like days now.
Okay.
So I have to switch from. I was telling my friend, okay, in Nigeria, you can have one phone number, but you should not have one internet connection. You should have at least two, just in case of emergency. So it's that bad. So, but with that, I hope we'll go.
But then it will be sorry to cut something. It will be so bad if you already have a smart home and then internet connection just spoils everything for you. So that's what I'm trying to ask. Yes. How can it be salvaged, or is there an alternative in case one? Well, I don't know how to put this question though. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, that's why I said if you are inside your house,
okay,
you don't need an internet. But once you are outside, yes, you source for any internet available. If it's MTN, Airtel, Glo, just make sure you have an internet so you can send.
You don't do that free advert for them. Are we going to collect money for this advert?
Okay. Sorry for that.
Okay, so apparently, you've talked about 600,000 to get, the batteries. I don't know what the cost of getting the solar panels will be, but we're looking at on an average probably $1 million to make one's home smart. Light rails and all.
Smart.
Inverter smart.
Inverter smart.
Yes.
Okay. So if it has to do with solar panels or what other
that's when you're talking about like $1 million. Yes, we can work with some panels for you.
Some panels.
Yes, and you're good.
Okay. Let's look at it from this angle because every new initiative, especially in the world of tech, brings about massive job opportunities. And I'm sure you're making money from that. I hope you remember me in your kingdom, But here it is now. For those who want to delve into this business of home automation, let's look at those who are aspiring to, do what you do. What will be the pieces of advice you give them to start with?
To be frank, let me just say this in an open way.
As a business operator now, not as a customer.
Yes.
Okay.
Elon Musk was interviewed. He said, look at them making it in life. I was talking about him, Bill Gates, Jobs, and all that. They were all school dropouts. Everything you need to learn in this life is free. Are you willing to take the opportunity? He said he will not be employing anybody in Tesla because of your results. This thing I did not learn into school.
Oh, great.
To be frank, I just did my research, used the little opportunity I have. Then I started. Of course, don't let anybody tell you something. You learn in the job. Of course, you make mistake. Of course, yes, you lose money. But the way business work, okay, this month can be sweet. You can be dead broke this month. Next month, you're a billionaire.
Okay,
just start.
You said you didn't learn from anyone from any school.
Okay.
So
then I did my research.
Okay.
Of course, they are online there.
Online.
Yes, I remember in NYC, they brought one guy that is doing inverter. I just, I think this thing will be interesting.
I guess doing Saeed.
Yes, I just sat down with the guy.
Really boring.
The guy was talking. I was like, all this thing can be gotten online now. So I just, I now started with my own practice, called some of my guys. I just bought panel, bought everything. Check online, how do you connect, series connection. I'm an architect, for God's sake. I did architecture in school.
Okay.
And this is electrical. But people check online, people do resources, watch videos, and you start.
Okay.
The only stressful part is getting a good material for your job.
Okay.
That's the hard part.
All right. Now you mentioned having to learn all of these things. What was the cost for someone who is trying to start on an average or a basic startup? What's the cost of having to get all of this material? You already have the knowledge. Now I just want to start your own on your own. What's the cost like?
What I can advise that kind of person is just look for an inverter company. join them. Of course, once you go out with them 2, 3, 4 times, you already learn everything.
So there's no basic amount to, and I'm just imagining
Yes.
the person had learnt already
Yes.
and wants to start his or her own business. What's the basic amount you can get the little stuff you need?
You don't need anything.
Oh, really?
Just get the client. You go to the market, collect, okay, this is what is, collect the money.
No.
You can call a professional to come and install for you. I'm kind of like let me say I'm a big man now. I don't go to site and start wiring. I just tell them, okay, this is how we do it. This is a mistake. Okay, because one of the major challenges we used to have is most homes in Nigeria are not wired correctly.
Okay.
They are not wired correctly. So sometimes you just hear, "Kwa, kwa, kwa." Start tracing. But because you paid me already, you don't want to hear that your inverter did not work. You need to make some of those corrections. But since you have 1 or 2 professionals with you, yes, you're good.
That would also require, breaking walls, especially for conduits, those...
Most of the time we don't break wall. We just run surface. But
we
work majorly with your...
Wiring?
No, with your board, distribution board. That's where we do most of the connection. The remaining wires are just to get you to where you want your inverter and battery should be like.
Oh yeah, no, as much as this is a really good money-making venture, let's not overlook the hazards involved in this. What are some of the hazards?
For now, I'm not sure it's more safe than anything.
This is concerning electricity. I know someone that is scared of electricity. Anything that has to do with that, he doesn't want, because person has been shocked before. Person is right here, watching us.
Electricity itself is not safe. You are not supposed to go and touch wire.
Okay.
But these batteries, you can touch them. Inverter, you can touch them. It doesn't get choke if it's connected well.
Okay.
So it's not that anything, it's not that the time we started doing this, probably because we know about it, no hazard has ever been involved.
Okay.
The only thing is don't let your children go close to.
That's
if we are doing a wet cell battery, like a tubular battery, it used to get, you can see water around it. So they just don't touch and put it in your mouth. I've not tried that before, so I don't know how it works.
Okay.
But we advise that because when we come to your home to come and install, we advise you on the location you have to put it. So that you don't have, probably you have 2, 3 years just put it in your mouth.
Okay.
That's all. But compared to generator, it's better.
The sound pollution, the environmental degradation and all of that. But let's look at this now. You've said anyone who wants to learn the ropes of the business needs little or no amounts in terms of paying tutorials, can always go online or volunteer at various companies that delve into inverters and all of that. Let's look at it this way. How lucrative is this business? I know you talked about for an inverter based home automation about 600,000 just to get the inverters, then the minor things like maybe your rail rail and all of that. But how lucrative is it from your own experience?
Okay, let me speak like a businessman now. When you want to start something, you look at the problem, you're making money. So for the fact that in the next 10 years, 20 years, we will still not have steady power in this country. So tell me, how lucrative do you think the business is?
Are you one of those that don't want to continue to after?
No, of course. No. I'm just taking based on what the situation of where we find ourselves. Because yes, this is not my only business. I do home automation. It's because there's a problem. There used to be a problem with our own automation. That's why we started suggesting inverter for people.
But then how many people can really, in this economy, can really afford let's say 600,000 there just for an inverter?
Yes, because we are talking about 600,000 there. It's because you stay in a 2-bedroom flat. You want to carry a TV. You can do something smaller that can just carry your laptop and maybe 2 bulbs.
Okay.
That you to switch off intervally. Then we are running a promo now. My company, I partner with some banks. You can buy, pay later.
Okay, it's fine. I think this is a very fine place to wrap it up. But one more thing just before you go in about 30 seconds. For those who are interested in automating their homes, what would be the tips you give them to watch out for in terms of home automation?
Okay. First of all, make sure you have steady internet, a router in your house. Then steady light.
Okay.
Then start one after the other, because not everybody can drop 25 million
At a go.
automate my house. You can start with Alexa. Alexa just needs an internet, then someone to configure it.
Okay.
So we just come to your house, configure on phone. If you're a tech person, of course you can learn how to do it online.
Okay.
Configure, you need an app, then start working. From Alexa, okay, you can connect it to your TV.
Okay.
We have Apple TV, we have
The very smart TV.
you can start TV off, TV on.
Okay.
You can start buying switches, your lights. You can start an air blaster, how to control my AC.
Okay.
From there, you can just start.
Till the entire home is automated.
All right. Thank you
That's
so much
great.
for
That's
just tips on how to. Although he's one of those that don't want Nigeria to have steady electricity. But we look at
It's
it.
not my
You
fault
don't
now.
have to
And
make
his own
noise.
interest.
Your own interest while you're a businessman, and then
No,
business has to run.
I said as a businessman.
But we
Once you
hope
see a
Nigeria will
problem,
have steady
once you see a
electricity in 5
problem,
years.
You see money.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us
Ma,
on the show
thank
today.
you.
We appreciate your time.
All right, thank you, Ma.
All right
Thank you,
then.
sir.